What's up folks, and welcome back to my Let's Play series for the Outer Worlds. In this episode we're going to be taking on a very unexpected side mission which is called Canid's Cradle. Basically what's happening here is a spaceship just crashed out of the sky, and now both the Iconoclasts and MSI want the same part from this downed ship. Hope you enjoy it, and please remember to like and subscribe.
Do you hear that? It's the blessed sound of radio silence, which leads me to believe you have sweet, sweet news for me.
MSI and the Iconoclasts are no longer transmitting. Is the data ready?
Yes, indeed. I am back in business. But before we get down to it, might I ask how you handled the problem in the end?
Does it matter? Job's done.
Is that so?
I helped both MSI and the Iconoclasts get what they wanted.
I don't know how. The two are diametrically opposed and impossible to please. But it matters not how you fixed my problem, only that you did. I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information to the purchaser, and to the purchaser alone. However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver, so I can input the needed adjustments.
Phineas doesn't trust many people. How'd he hook up with you?
You make it sound so scandalous. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history.
Now you hold on. I do not physically go between anyone but that of my choose. Oh, apologies. You meant, right. Yes, I braved the wilderness, so you don't have to.
Precisely. I really ought to give you a raise.
Fine, tell me how to fix this thing.
It's simple, truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. I'll key in the numerical adjustments from in here.
Got it.
Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated breath. Give a shout if the panel electrocutes you.
How about I electrocute you with my shotgun? No one talks to Captain 6 like that.
Testing 1, 2, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beautiful sound. Can you hear me? We are a go for broadcast. Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Worse, I'm now indebted to him for it. Now I'll kindly thank you to get out of my tower.
Happily, I don't want to ever see you again.
Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly exterior, but I must admit I have grown rather fond of you. As Nyoka can attest, I do not form attachments with many. Do take care.
Why, he told us to leave without flinging insults at our persons. He really does like you, Captain. What in the void-blasted hell is that?
Black holes! Did you see that?
Whose ship was that?
Looked like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I'd guess it's one of the board's blockade enforcers, but don't cite me on that. Oh well, a pity for the crew, but I can't see how it affects me. Hiram? Can you hear me? Did you see that? Architect, save me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Did MSI or did MSI not cease broadcasting? Yes, but... Hiram, are you there?
Will someone please explain what's going on here?
Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing through the stratosphere. We need only collect its weapons. Are you mad? That's a UDL gunship. You'd probably shoot your own toes off.
Surely we can talk this over.
Ah, I see you learned nothing while dealing with these buffoons. We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but we need its targeting module. Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us secure that module and we will save our colony. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do, so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my I'm more than finished with you lot.
Well, that was really interesting. So it looks like we got another quest there. Not sure if it's counted as a main one. No, it's not a faction quest. Canid's Cradle. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be tough because we're going to have to choose who we want to give this to. So it looks like MSI and the Iconoclasts are duking out right now. And it looks like the Iconoclasts won pretty easily. At this point in time, we are not siding with any faction, but for the long term, I really see us siding with MSI. I like what they're doing. They seem to treat their workers quite well. And not to mention, Graham just seems like a very untrustworthy guy. All the information we learned about him in the last few episodes, I just can't see us working with him. I think we have something up here. Alright, here we go, and I'm pretty sure that this is the most important level of our game so far. But first, we're going to pump 10 points into Intimidate, so terrified creatures are going to move slower. But this is what we want right here, Confidence. Your next attack after killing an enemy is guaranteed to be a critical hit. So that's going to come in handy while chaining shots with this gun right here. Headshots for days, let's go. I think with the build that we currently have, our rate for getting crits off of a headshot are high enough, but I think off of a kill, let's say you get a body shot next, you're guaranteed to be good as well.
Together. Everyone all right? Okay, here we go.
Another thing worth mentioning is I'm pretty sure that my sniper rifle is almost busted, so we're probably going to have to get that fixed as soon as possible. Let's sneak up on this guy and shoot him right in the face.
Now that was a hunt. Captain, you sure know how to set a woman's heart to beating, that's for sure.
Man, I really dig the shotgun. I know I was talking a lot of smack about this gun at the beginning of the game, but it really makes a big difference when you have these levels. Ooh, more kills. They really weren't joking about this being the Canid's Cradle. Holy shit. And I can still hear more of them. I think we have a safe route to go inside. Okay, let's do it.
You go on ahead, Captain. I'm not keen on ships, even when they're in the best of shape.
Yep. We'll be keeping watch here.
Man, the slope of this ship is kind of just messing with my brain. We need the command key to get through the door, so let's do that. Very nice.
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Okay, now it's time to take this module. Ooh, look at this thing. Alrighty, I'll see you guys when we get to Sanjar. I'm pretty sure we're doing the right thing by giving this to Sanjar, but I don't know, I always doubt myself.
If the Iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful Monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the Iconoclasts.
Could you agree to a truce with the Iconoclasts?
They're all mad! And what's more, they left us! I don't see any way for us to work together.
I've read your review, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
You're good with details, but you could use someone who sees the big picture.
You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The Iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
What about Graham's second-in-command, Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Fine.
Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
Okay, I'll see you later. Alright guys, we just fast traveled to the closest spot to this Rizzo's place. Still not too close, but... oh, I think there's people here. Let's kill them.
This'll be fun.
Wow, not even a scratch!
We're at another point in the game where we can try and get the best out of both situations. We can get the aggressiveness and survivability of the Iconoclasts and the security of MSI and having those city walls. So there really isn't any downside to picking one side or the other in this scenario, whereas I think if you wanted to have a more compelling story, you would have some type of repercussions for your actions. But in this case, it doesn't seem like there are going to be any. Obviously, I don't know each scenario, but let's just say that we went over to Graham. Do you think that he would want to work with Sanjar? Probably not. But what about his secretary? Maybe. So we have that exact same type of situation where we have to displace Sanjar, probably by getting his bad reviews and then blackmailing him. By the way, I have no idea if we're going in the right direction here. Oh, hello guys.
Done here.
Alrighty, that was a pretty good fight. And to be honest, I really wasn't expecting that many marauders to be out here. But at this point in the game, I really should know better. Any type of structure like this is going to attract tons of marauders. So I think we have to go up here. Yep. Can we get through? Of course. Next up, we have to find this review, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be absolutely glowing because Zora seems to handle herself very well as number 2 of the Iconoclasts, so as a doctor, I expect her to be just as good as that as well.
Here's the one, Cap. Don't mess with us.
Oh my goodness, that guy got obliterated. And you think that he would have heard his friends getting massacred outside, but apparently not. Pretty good stuff in this office. View data. And Blackwood Zora. Zora is a top-notch sawbones with a good head for working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detailed information to make quick decisions. Her competence and decisiveness have allowed her to restore more than a few limbs and digits lost to carelessness around the machinery. Recommended for Employee of the Month. That's good to hear. So to transfer that over, and I'm almost certain that Sanjar will be impressed. Okay, so let's get the hell out of here. I'll see you guys when we get back to the city.
What job did the board assign you when you came of age? Bet it was something real neat, like professional flexing.
Wilderness patrol. Plenty of folk traveling on foot out there, even back when there were roads. I protected them from raps and the like.
Oh gosh. And here I was jawing about how I was watching your back. I'm probably more like to get in your way.
Everyone needs someone watching after them. Even me. Even if I ain't keen to admit it sometimes.
Any luck bringing the Iconoclasts to the bargaining table? I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay.
I found Zora's review. Here you go.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclasts would have died off a while ago.
I wasn't expecting to say this, but if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting, I'd be willing to discuss terms.
Very well. See you later. I had a feeling that we were going to have to displace Graham, and I don't think this is going to go very well. One of them is going to end up dying, and that's not going to bode well for our reputation.
Captain, we should chat. Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the Iconoclast surviving is we depose him.
I'm with you there. Let's go talk to him.
Okay. Deep breaths. This is what's best, Zora. Time to save Monarch.
Alright, Zora, lead the way. We'll be right behind you, watching your back. And if the bullets start flying, we'll end up shooting, but you're going to be our meat shield.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
I'm sorry, Graham, but Zora's taking over.
What? Zora?
You're running the Iconoclasts into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the eternal path. It's time to step down.
The troops. Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
I do. She's got the best interests of the Iconoclasts in mind.
I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No.
Those deaths are on your hands, Graham. No amount of meditating will clean them.
I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the Iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
Calm down. This isn't necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Incoming! Take it!
Ooh, he blew his brains out. Yikes. So our reputation with the Iconoclast went down, unfortunately.
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclasts. It never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You got the... Void held me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
Hold on, I was thinking that you and Sanjar could join forces.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
How many of your believers are gonna have to die for this?
You've got me there. A fair few. I've lost a hell of a lot to this fight. Graham would never agree to this, but I'm starting to realize how often he led us astray. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
I've already spoken to him. He's agreed to meet.
Well then. I've got to prepare a few just-in-case measures, but when you're ready, let's meet at the old OSI church outside Stellar Bay.
Oh boy, this could go either really well or really bad, so we have to make sure that we're at that meeting and mediating, otherwise things could go south real quick. And that means that pretty much everyone would die and this planet would be toast. I think it's pretty bold for the Iconoclasts to come so close to the city like this for their meeting, but it isn't a church, so it's kind of up their alley. Ooh, very cool.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
If it were, I wouldn't be standing here all vulnerable like.
Sanjar, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
You don't have weak, Sanjar. Zora's ready to storm the city walls right now.
Though I admit I'd rather not. We've shed enough blood as it is.
Is the only choice here between fighting and starving? We've got to be practical.
Sanjar, I did not drag my ass all the way out here for you to split hairs.
So forceful. You know I love your little displays. Perhaps I'm being hasty. After all, I'm rather good with numbers. I'm certain we can find a way to make this work.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Thank the Eternal. As poetic as murdering him in his sleep would have been, I'm glad we don't have to.
I'm confused. The look on your face does not match the words you just said.
Come on, you can't be this obtuse. Tell me Graham wasn't working alone. He couldn't have.
Careful, Zora. Graham and Sanjar were friends.
His friend? His friend? Are you fucking kidding me, Captain? I've been standing with Graham for the better part of a decade, while this paperclip cowboy sat behind his walls.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far.
It is. We found correspondence between him and the pirates.
But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I buy it. Sanjar ain't capable of hurting a sprat, even from a distance.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Take it back a notch, Zora. You're here for your people, not the past.
Okay. You're right. Sorry. It'll take me a while to get over losing Graham.
You know, I felt the same way years ago, when he first left. You know, there was something magnetic about him that let you ignore the things you didn't want to see. But surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
Glad to hear it. I'm hopeful about this alliance.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Gotta be honest, Captain. Never thought I'd see the day. You've done a good thing for Monarch here.